off with this one, man. Good old Pittsburgh Steelers at Cleveland Browns. Who do I got? I do like this. I think this is going to be a good game. Surprisingly, I think both teams are in win now mode, and Steelers are coming off a bye. Offense, which offense is better? That is a very good question. Man, I mean, you could say Cleveland running backs are good, but they're injured, right? So I would give the running back edge to Najee Harris. Quarterback, I would give the edge to Ben Roethlisberger over Case Keenum. Receivers, you have Darvis Landy, but you also have Deontay Johnson. No, Juju's gone for the year. And what's his name?
Claypool.
Yes, Chase Claypool. Kind of give those over the edge because you only have Jarvis Landry, and that's kind of it. Odell Beckham's not playing good. So now if they have now Baker might play, I don't know. They're saying Chubbs is trending to play, but right now those aren't. I don't know if they're starters yet, right? Because if Cleveland's healthy, the offense is on there. They have it. It's no doubt. But I just think injuries is keeping their offense at bay right now, unfortunately. So I got to get an edge Pittsburgh. Defense, this is a good. I don't know. This might be a push because Cleveland's defense has been playing really good this year, even with all the injuries on the offensive side of the ball. Like, think about it. Last week, we were like, oh, there's no way Case Keenum was going to beat Denver. The Denver defense is going to shut them down. This is what I'm thinking. There's a lot of people thinking this. And then Cleveland comes out, the defense plays good, and they run the ball. So, Cleveland's a great team. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are coming off a bye week. TJ Watt's healthy. I got to give it to Pittsburgh. Slightly, very slightly edge to Pittsburgh's defense. Just because they're coming off the bye week, they're healthier, and they're loaded. So it's going to be a good matchup. Coaching, I'm going to go with Mike Tomlin. In the words of what he said, you never say never, never. I got to give it to Mike Tomlin. He's a great coach. His record speaks for itself. But I like Stefanski, though. I think Stefanski was a great hire by Cleveland. And I'm not going to say Baker Mayfield's expendable, but he just looked like he's a good coach. And that's what makes, in my mind, in NFL that determines good coaches from great coaches is if you can coach with what you have. Case Keenum won a quality game, and they ran the ball, played defense. He kept to his script. I think that's a good coach, and he also has a lot of background for working in coordinators. But I got to give it to Mike Tomlin. Who wins this game? This is going to be a good game. Once again, it depends on the health, man. I don't know about Chubb. I heard he was trending upwards. But I know Baker might, and shoulders injuries are tough. And he says he has to get surgery, so they might send him one more week. But I got to give it to Pittsburgh just because they're coming off a bye week and they're healthier. And that's unfortunate for the NFL, but it's the rules of the land, man. And even though it's in Cleveland, I think Pittsburgh, it's not a revenge game. I mean, it's always a rivalry. But I think Pittsburgh takes advantage of this. And Pittsburgh wins 24-20. All right. Craig, Pittsburgh Steelers at Cleveland Browns. Who you got?
Excuse me. Man. I'm not looking forward to this game at all. But no, it's not. But offensively, like maybe if Chubb, Hunt were there, I guess Baker too. I probably would lean slightly towards Cleveland. I think the quarterbacks are even. I think Ben Roethlisberger should be trending down like he is, but Baker Mayfield to me should be trending up, and he's not. Especially off the season that he had last year, he played he played like he should have gotten a contract extension, but I'm glad Cleveland didn't because he's not playing well right now. So, they're kind of similar in numbers, Roethlisberger and Mayfield. So, that's kind of even. Obviously, if Chubb and Hunt were there, they would have the edge over Harris. I do like Harris, but he's a rookie. He's still learning the ropes of the NFL. He's a really good pass catching running back as well. So, but the receivers, to me, even with Juju out, Johnson and Claypool are better than returning Landry and Peoples Jones. I'm not even going to say Odell Beckham because he's not. I don't know what he's doing out there on the field, and he's just always hurt or whatever it is. So, I think I'm gonna lean slightly Pittsburgh just because I don't know what's going on with the offense, especially if Case Keenum is starting and if both running backs are out, Chubb and Hunt. I got to go Pittsburgh. Defensively, I'm leaning Cleveland. Statistically, I think their defense is playing a lot better. Granted, well, both teams have kind of played high-powered offenses. The Steelers have played the Bills. They won that game, the first game of the season, and the Browns' first game of the season, they played the Chiefs, and they lost. But now look at the Chiefs now, and they're not the same team. So, they both had their I guess tough games this year, but I think I would take Cleveland's defense right now over Pittsburgh. I think the bye week might help Pittsburgh, should help Pittsburgh. So I'll see what they can do off this bye week. Obviously, the coach goes without saying. I'm definitely going Mike Tomlin. But this is a road game. If Pittsburgh's already in last place, which I didn't see. I mean, it's still early, 7 games in, 6-7 games in, but tough road game for Pittsburgh coming off the bye week. They should be fully rested, but I think they'll pull it out because I'm not sure what's going to happen with Baker. Baker said, I guess he's absolutely going to play. Is his words, I believe. So we shall see. I'm not sold on Baker Mayfield this year. He just hasn't really played well. But I mean, I guess you look around him, see what he has around him to throw the ball to, and he just doesn't have it. So I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. I'm thinking it's gonna be a low scoring game. I'm going 23 to. I'm gonna go off score here. I'm going 23-19, something weird. Pittsburgh.
I can see something like that. Corey, Pittsburgh Steelers at Cleveland Browns. Who you got?
All right, so I'm going to break our typical format here a little bit as Cleveland has some really important names on the injury report heading into this game this week, into what's turning out to be a pretty important game for both teams. The talk has made it seem like it's not that optimistic that Baker Mayfield will be able to go. I know you listen to him, he wants to play, no questions, but the coach Stefanski has rightfully said it's up to the medical staff, and if the medical team feels that he can protect himself, then he can get out there. But he's one hit away from really screwing up that left shoulder, so he does have to be careful. Case Keenum is a solid backup, but he's still a backup for a reason. I actually think that rest-wise, both teams are kind of on a little bit of an even playing field because while the Steelers are coming off a bye, Cleveland's coming off that Thursday mini bye, so they've had a few extra days of rest compared to a normal Sunday game. But I mean, the game, as you guys have pointed out, just comes down to the fact that the Steelers are a much healthier team right now. Cleveland's coming off that mini bye, and half of their roster feels like is on the injury report, whereas I don't know that the Steelers had any significant injuries listed on the injury report. They actually had a couple of guys coming off of IR. So the Steelers are getting healthy. I do think the bye week will be good for an aging Roethlisberger, give him a week to rest his shoulder. I think, I still didn't think highly of Roethlisberger and the Steelers going into the season, so I still think this could be a close game. If both rosters were healthy, if the Browns were healthy, I would take them in this game, no questions, but they're not. So I got to go Steelers 23-17.
Yeah, I don't think they really have anybody on the injury report, Corey. I'm looking at it right now. Ben, Chase Claypool, and Melvin Ingram were all limited in practice, but I think they're healthy. That's their wow. So this is all right. Before we go on, this is the injury report for Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger, Melvin Ingram, Chase Claypool, McFarland, full practice. Zach Banner, full practice. Look, okay. Cleveland Browns.
Those last two are the two that came off of IR.
Yep. This is crazy. Cleveland Browns injury report. Jadeveon Clowney did not practice. Malik Jackson did not practice. Safety Richie Conte III did not practice. Jarvis Landry did not practice. Peoples Jones did not practice. Denzel Ward did not practice. Odell Beckham was limited. Chubb was limited. Jack Conklin was limited. Linebacker Tony Fields is limited illness. That might be, I feel like illness is rest. They just call it illness. I feel like that's rest. Cornerback AJ Green limited. Offensive lineman Blake Hance limited. Baker Mayfield limited. Malcolm Smith limited. Center JC Treader limited. Tackle Jerick Will Jr. limited. And linebacker Mac Wilson is limited. That is a long injury report. So
that's a lot of starters too.
It's a lot of starters.
Yeah, most of their offense on the injury report. Limited or not practice.
And I don't know when their bye week is for the Browns. Because they didn't have it yet, right? Browns bye week. And their bye week is week 13. Wow.
Odell Beckham hasn't scored a touchdown in over a year.
That's great.
That is all.